Guys, how are you guys doing today? How was your Halloween? Let me know in the comments what you did for Halloween. I spent it at a random seafood restaurant because my boyfriend was working with the music and yeah, it was pretty like random, but at least I ate some good food. So for today's video, guess what I'm gonna be doing? We're going to be talking about an episode from La Rosa de Guadalupe. I actually found this episode on TikTok and I was like, bro, there is no way that this is an actual episode. So I decided to look further into it, and it was in fact a real episode. Now, I do want to say that this episode involves food and unhealthy eating. So I do want to give a trigger warning because it's about eating and bullying, and ustedes ya saben que siempre se pasan con estos episodios. I also do want to give a disclaimer and say that you are all beautiful, no matter if you are thick or skinny or however your body shape is. And this is coming from someone who has been body shamed a lot on social media. And then other than that, growing up in Latino culture, no hombre, ni se diga, ni se diga. Like, don't even get me started because the amount of times señoras have told me, oh, te estás poniendo más gordita. I lost track. And I just had to fake a laugh. I'm disgusted. And then you gotta remember, bro, like, the people that talk the most is the people that hate themselves the most. Think about it. Someone that loves themselves isn't gonna be like, oh my gosh, she looks so ugly. Like, that person is so ugly. Or body shaming other people, or just judging people's lives in general. Se tenía que decir y se dijo. But anyways, let's get into this episode. So grab your matcha, your snacks, or whatever you need to get cozy so I can tell you about this episode. So this episode is mainly about a kid named Gonzalo. Gonzalo is 13 years old. He has a brother that's slightly older than him. Let's say the brother is like, ¿como cuántos años tendrá el hermano de Gonzalo? Su hermano tiene como unos 15 años. He's about 15 years old. And then obviously he has his parents, his mom and his dad. And let's just say Gonzalo is a foodie. He loves to eat. And the episode starts with Gonzalo en su clase de educación física, which is PE. The teacher is making him run, do some exercises, you know, like a typical PE class. But he gets tired really fast.
Gonzalo, ¿qué pasa?
Ay, no, profe, es que no me gusta hacer ejercicio.
It kind of looks like if he's starting to have some health complications because he eats a lot. And well, it's getting to a point where it's unhealthy. So he's like super out of breath. And then he gets home y le dice a su hermano, odio la clase de educación física. He's like, I feel like the teacher hates me because he always makes me run, etc., etc. Like, he's taking it personal because he really hates working out.
Creo que el profesor me odia porque me pone a hacer ejercicio.
Ay, bro, no pienses eso. Él solo hace su trabajo.
Y ya su hermano le dice, no, don't take it personal, you know, it's just part of the class. Y le pregunta a su hermano, ¿no hay una chavita que te guste? And Gonzalo se queda así como pensativo. And he's like, I guess you can say there is one. That's when this scene comes out of Gonzalo dancing.
La neta, sí. Se llama Karina. Gracias.
What the? Dude, that's so random. I guess he likes to dance. The little step he did, así en circulito. Why is this show so random? I feel like that might have been me in middle school because I was a dancer, and I remember I used to dance all the time in school, like in the pep rallies and stuff. I know, guys. So basically, Gonzalo has a crush on this girl, but he's not down to tell her or to make a move anytime soon. Y su hermano le dice, ánimo, carnal, which is kind of like, you got this, you know, like words of motivation. After that, it cuts to the next scene, and Gonzalo's mom and his grandma are making food in the kitchen. Gonzalo goes to the kitchen and he grabs a huge tub of ice cream. Look! Oh my god, dude, he's grabbing like the whole tub of ice cream and he takes it to his room to eat it. And this part, I thought it was weird because the mom is like, si te vas a llevar eso, te lo tienes que acabar todo.
Gonzalo, ya sabes que si sacas ese bote del lado del refrigerador, no tienes que comer todo, ¿eh?
And even the grandma, she stays kind of like, why are you telling your son que se acabe todo el helado? O sea, that makes no sense. And then they're making food. Why would the mom rather him eat the ice cream than the healthy food that she's making? Even the grandma notices. She's like, why are you telling your son to finish it? Like, ¿qué pedo? Eso está raro. And she gaslights her mom. She's like, yo sí le doy cosas sanas y saludables. Señora, si le acaba de decir a su hijo que se acabe todo el helado. So by the time he sits down and eats the meal that they were preparing in the kitchen, he's not hungry anymore. Because he already had the big tub of ice cream. And this is when things get real spicy. Gonzalo's mom is cleaning the house, doing chores, and when she's cleaning her vanity, she opens up a drawer and she sees a necklace of a butterfly. This is when I thought, whose necklace is that? Is Gonzalo's dad cheating on her? Doesn't it make you think that? She ended up having a flashback of a guy she used to cheat on Gonzalo's dad with. And that was her trainer. She would cheat on Gonzalo's dad with the trainer. And then she ended up finding out that she was pregnant by the trainer. And guess who that baby was? Gonzalo.
Vamos a ser papás. Estoy embarazada de ti, mi amor.
So Gonzalo's dad is not really his dad. That's basically his stepdad. I'm assuming this is why Gonzalo's mom makes him overly eat, because she has something against him. She feels a lot of anger towards her son porque le recuerda a su papá. So dude, that's why she makes Gonzalo eat really bad. And this is just gonna keep affecting him, knowing how these episodes are. Dude, and you know what I thought was so messed up? That she calls him Gonzo. Like gordo, but Gonzo. No, pero sí, la neta sí se pasan con los apodos. It's because Latino culture is so toxic when it comes to that, dude, like I said. And then it's so funny because as soon as you get in a diet and they serve you a hot plate of food and you don't want to finish it, they freaking gaslight you. They're like, ¿no te lo vas a acabar? ¿Por qué no? ¿Por qué no vas a comer eso? ¿Ya se le subió? ¿Qué mamona? ¿No quieres otro plato? Come más. Casi te lo quieren meter a la boca de a huevo. Y cuando uno come de más, they're like, ay no, ¿ya viste cuánto come? Like, dude, they judge hard. It's like walking on eggshells. You can never win. So yeah, basically, la señora was being a cheater. And as soon as she got pregnant, she told the trainer. And the trainer was like, I don't want nothing to do with you or that kid.
Tú me vas a pagar lo que me hizo tu padre.
And that's why she hates her son. And the fact that she's setting him up to gain even more weight, it's just so messed up.
Más, aquí hay más, ¿eh? Sí, ma. Todo lo que quieras.
It's like she's basically trying to kill her son slowly by feeding him the worst food. Porque no lo quiere ni ver.
Ay, mi hijo, parece que te vas a atragantar si nadie te va a quitar la comida.
No, dude. And then it gets even crazier. The next morning, she wakes up Gonzalo with breakfast in bed with like a knockoff Burger King.
Lo que a ti te gusta, mi amor. La especial.
She took him a whole ass combo with a shake. And poor Gonzalo, he's so happy.
Dame la pizza, mi amor, a ver qué te parece.
Watching him bite it. Then the afternoon comes. Gonzalo is playing video games with his dad. And the mom takes him pastel de chocolate.
Helado y pastel de chocolate. ¿Qué tal, eh?
No, bueno.
Dude, this mom wanted to see her son like the kid from Matilda. That's when the brother gets there and he's like, what are you guys doing in the living room? He's like, ¿están haciendo panza? Okay. Low-key, I'ma tell that to myself when I don't want to go to the gym. Like, estoy haciendo panza. I'm gonna gaslight myself with that. The brother invites Gonzalo to go exercise and maybe play some soccer. And the mom gets so annoyed with that. She's like, ay, si es sábado de flojera. Bro, just because she wants the son to keep gaining weight and eventually have health problems. I'm telling you, the mom is setting him up.
Órale.
Ahorita venimos, pa, ¿eh?
Dale, con cuidado, ¿eh? Dale.
And they end up convincing Gonzalo, so they go to the park. There's other dudes playing there, and they bully him because of his weight. Dude, shout out to the brother, though, for standing up for Gonzalo. He's a real one for that.
Hermano, no se metan. Y el que lo haga le tumbo los dientes.
By the way, when all of this is happening, the dad is low-key noticing that the mom gives Gonzalo food on purpose. But the lady has the stupid excuse that since he's the smallest, she wants to baby him. She's like, ay, es que es mi panzoncito. Señora, cállese. I know. Another day comes and they're eating breakfast. And the lady is like, look, you see, he's eating healthy today. And guess what? That day was Gonzalo's birthday. The lady didn't even know. She didn't even know it was her son's birthday.
Bueno, y hablando de Gonzalo, parece que ya se olvidaron de qué día es hoy. Hoy es su cumpleaños.
But the dad did. The grandma gets there with a gift y... Mira.
14 años, mi reina.
Luego quería el regalo. El Gonzalo también es cabroncillo, ¿eh? I'm just kidding. Right away going for the gift, huh? Later that day, Gonzalo has a party and he invites some of his classmates over. Dude, the little dance he did gets me though.
Chicos, ya llegó el pastel.
What made the director tell him, hey, can you do that little dance again? And when they're singing happy birthday, dude, the mom, she starts embarrassing him. Like, why would you say that in front of his friends? That is so messed up. Luckily, Gonzalo's family notices and they tell the mom. And they're like, bro, what's your problem? Why would you put your son on the spot like that?
Volver a saber que le hablas de esa forma a nuestro hijo. No lo voy a permitir, Victoria.
This lady has issues, bro. POV when your mom's your biggest hater. Literally. She doesn't want to admit that she's in the wrong. And poor Gonzalo, he's just in his room crying. Pobrecito, todos se rieron de él. After that, instead of the mom comforting him and apologizing, she keeps bullying Gonzalo to a point where Gonzalo doesn't want to eat anything. And the cherry on top is that they now bully him at school because of the way that his mom talked to him at his birthday party. So now he doesn't want to go to school and the lady gaslights him. She's like, ¿Cómo que ya no quieres ir a la escuela? So then Gonzalo starts feeling very weak to a point where he ends up collapsing and going to the hospital.
Ándale, Gonzalo.
Look, his mom isn't happy at all. What a
Debimos estar más cerca de ti.
dude, that is so messed up. Can I adopt him? I would take care of him and I would feed him healthy, good foods. Pobrecito. I can be like his Miss Honey and adopt him. It's crazy because the grandma and the dad and literally he's getting support from all his family and they're all giving him a lot of vegetables, fruits, and healthy foods to eat. Y a la mamá como que le molesta. Todavía after her son went to the hospital, she looks at them like, why are you feeding him that? Does she still want him to eat ice cream or... And she keeps saying really mean things to her son. You know qué le dijo? Que traga tanto que se debería engrapar la boca. Which means to staple his mouth. That is so disturbing. I thought he was gonna do that because of how bold these episodes are. And then after this, things get even sadder. Gonzalo's dad, or should I say stepdad, Gonzalo's stepdad confronts Gonzalo's mom with the necklace. And he's like, yo ya sé que me pusiste el cuerno con el entrenador y que él no te quiso, etc. I guess he knows everything because he heard her from when she was looking at the necklace, remembering. I don't know who does that in real life. But basically, he's telling off the mom. And he tells her that it's pretty messed up of her because it seems as if he loves Gonzalo more. And Gonzalo is not even his real son. And she's the real mom. Es para que en verdad lo quisiera.
Llevas mintiéndome 14 años. Pero sé todo. Todo.
And you know what's the most messed up thing of all of this? Is that Gonzalo was listening. He was listening to his parents argue about this. So he heard the mom say that Gonzalo was basically a burden to her. Because le recordaba a su trainer con el que estaba de, you know.
Si es cierto, no lo quiero.
So Gonzalo obviously gets really depressed to the point where, oh, this is so sad, dude. To the point where he wants to end it all. So they end up taking Gonzalo to the hospital. Y nomás ahí cuando la mamá lo mira todo madreado, ahí sí la señora, ay, hijo, perdóname. Bro, you should have said that. Like, why did something like this have to happen in order for her to say sorry?
Mi niño, perdóname.
Gonzalo is in a hospital bed and they don't know if he's gonna make it. That's when the dad, well, his stepdad, but in reality it is his dad because he loves Gonzalo as if he was his son. Well, that dad, I'm gonna call him dad. He's the real dad because the other guy, he's just a trainer. So the dad goes to ask La Virgencita if she can please save Gonzalo. And that's when Gonzalo wakes up and he makes it. And the lady is like, voy a ir a terapia to better myself. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do like that about this episode that they mentioned therapy. Because I feel like therapy helps so much and it helps people be accountable about their actions. So yeah, I kind of like that about this episode.
Estoy comenzando a ir a terapia porque quiero sanar todo.
Nada más que no vaya a salir con chingaderas de que, ay, fui pero no sirvió. I really hope that lady's actually sorry. Because she pissed me off, dude. She annoyed me. I will square up for Gonzalo. Everyone is happy that Gonzalo is okay. I would expect for the dad to break up with the lady. But no, he stayed with her. I guess he accepted that she's gonna go to therapy and better herself. I don't know. You guys actually think that happened in real life? Comment below what you think overall about this episode. And let's read some of the top comments. Dude, this one is so funny. It says, la mamá criticando a su hijo, ni que ella estuviera bien guapa. Dude, that is so funny. This other one says, cae mal la vieja. Hace diferencias en sus hijos y no se da cuenta que los pone en un límite de mal. That is so true. This other person said, Victoria tiene malos gustos, which is the mom's name. Su esposo está más guapo que el tipo del gym. This comment was probably from a señora, huh? Checking out the actors like, ay, qué guapo. Con quien de verdad tiene que desquitarse es con Arturo, no con su hijo. And people are commenting, tiene razón, es verdad. This other comment says, padre es el que cría, cuida y ama, no el que engendre. That's facts. Overall, my favorite part of this episode was Gonzalo's dance moves. Alright guys, so comment below what you guys think about this episode. If you were the dad, would you take the lady back or no? Comment below any other episodes of any shows that you would want me to go over. I would be more than happy to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Turn on your notifications if you haven't so you can be notified for the next time I post. Follow me in all my social medias and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.